Señoritas y Señoritos. This week we saw some kind of indication showing that Senator Amy Marcos may actually run for president in 2028 as the rumor mills in the palace, the Senate and Congress indicate. Marami na po mga usap-usapan that Amy is eyeing the presidency in 2028. And this week po nakita natin yung parang unang banggaan nila ni Amy at si Vice President Sara Duterte. So malaking development po ito considering the fact that Amy is considered to be aligned with the camp of Sara Duterte, former President Duterte, and former President Gloria Macapagal-Arroyo. Laban sa kampo ng kapatid niya, si Bongbong Marcos, Speaker Romualdez, who is also eyeing the presidency according to the rumor mills, political rumor mills in Congress. At medyo halata naman because parang siya ang manok ni President Marcos because nakita natin kahit ngayon sa ASEAN meeting, dapat ang nasa likod lang ni President Marcos ay yung Foreign Affairs Secretary or yung ambassador sa Indonesia because they know about foreign affairs issues or USEC and ASEC ng Department of Foreign Affairs. Pero no, ang mukha ni Martin Romualdez na looking bored and having nothing to do, not even giving any advice to the President, siya ang nandun sa likod o sa tabi ni Marcos. At ganon rin sa mga ibang foreign trips. At ganon rin sa mga pati yung mga raid sa mga price hoarders or nag-hoard ng bigas or price manipulators. Kasama rin siya. Kumbaga, the guy is everywhere. So, baka siya talagang manok ni Marcos. So, yan. Marcos, Romualdez, and First Lady Lisa Araneta Marcos. So, pero ngayon, in fact, itong si Amy was the one, and Sara admitted this, it was Amy who convinced Sara to slide down to Vice President. So, they're thick as thieves talaga. Tsaka yung mga Senate, Congress coup na kung saan at tinanggal si Pantaleon Alvarez pagkatapos nag-term sharing si Alan Peter Cayetano at saka si Alan Velasco bilang speaker. Ang nagluto rin nagluto noon si Amy, si Sara at si Arroyo rin. So kung baga Tres Marias talaga sila in aid of former President Duterte na ngayon nag-aaway na rin sa Marcos administration. Pero this week nakita natin yung first banggaan nitong dalawa, and this could be an indication na Amy is showing in a little way na she's about to go on her own because she has presidential ambitions too. Kasi in fact dyan sa Manila usap-usapan ngayon na binili niya yung Legarda property that was used by the family of former President and former Manila Mayor Joseph Estrada as a campaign headquarters. 1,000 1 hectare property po ito na dyan sa Santa Mesa, and I'm very familiar with the place kasi ako po yung naging communication campaign manager ni former President Estrada, and we use that para yung lugar na yan to train volunteers to strategize dyan ang opisina ni VAT during the campaign, and we helped Estrada win the 2016 and 2013 campaigns for mayor. Dating kliyente po natin yan. So, nagkasira-sira lang kami noong 2018 going to the 2019 election dahil nag-away-away kami, pati yung si former Senator Jinggoy Estrada at saka si JV Estrada, na who both wanted to get me as their PR, pero nung pinili ko si JV, inaway ako ni Jinggoy. So that's water under the bridge, and I resigned my post as a communication campaign manager, and also advisor ni former President Estrada sa City Hall, communication advisor. And then yun, kinuha ako ni Mayor Isko Moreno, and the rest is history. We're talking po about 2019 when Mayor Isko Moreno ran successfully for mayor. So, usap-usapan, yung lugar na ginagamit namin headquarters, for which 2 terms natulungan ko si former President Estrada to win as mayor in Manila, ay binili na po ni Senator Amy, at ito gagamitin daw for her campaign headquarters too. At para ma-justify na Manila resident talaga siya, she will live there and she has a property in Manila. So, wala nang problema sa residency. So, good move naman ito kasi anong gagawin niya? Mag-e-end na yung term niya as senator in 2015. So, 2025. So, kung Congress siya, hindi siya mapansin. Tatakbo siya congresswoman, hindi siya mapapansin gaano. Sa almost 300 sila dyan. Kung pupunta siya sa Ilocos, mawala rin siya sa atensyon. Pero kung tatakbo siya bilang mayor ng Manila, di ba noon sa time pa ni Arsenic Lacson, mayroon ng sinasabi na where Manila goes, the whole country goes. So, at parating sikat yung mayor of Manila kasi nandyan rin yung media, nandyan rin, malapit siya sa Malacanang, yung mga events na pupunta dyan, yung mga VIP, yung mga events sa Luneta, Independence Day, Rizal Shrine, andun parati yung mayor ng Manila kasama ng presidente. So it's a very prestigious and high profile position. So magandang springboard talaga yan. In fact, di ba, si Isko used that springboard sa presidency. So Amy will try to do that. Kaya siguro ngayon, kuwan na sila. She already got the courage to confront Sara Duterte dito sa 433 security personnel ng Office of the Vice President. At during sa hearing ng Senate Finance Subcommittee A, tinanong ni Amy na bakit ganito kadami ang security escort ni Vice President Sara Duterte sa under the Vice President Security and Protection Group. At sabi pa ni Amy, and I quote, "I think there were comments about the inordinate number of security that were already established. Is there an explanation for such a large number of security personnel? Because it has been criticized by both media and Congress." Tanong ni Amy. So very serious ito Inordinate. Ibig sabihin, sobra-sobra talaga. And to come from Amy, because presumably, Amy knows, kahit siguro sa security niya, sa security sa tatay niya, sa security kay Bongbong, nung buhay pa nung president pa si former President Marcos Sr., hindi ganito karami ang security sa Office of the Vice President at sa pamilya ng presidente. Pero ngayon lang, for the first time, ang dami nito. So, sa hearing, napanood ko yung hearing, hindi nasagot kaagad ni Amy. Para una, tumawa siya, pagkatapos parang natameme siya, hindi halata na she was groping for answers. And then, ipinasa na lang niya yung tanong sa Office of the Vice President Assistant Secretary Lemuel Ortoño, na nabigla rin sa tanong at hindi rin alam kung yung sagot. Pero ang sagot na lang na ibigay niya ay yun daw seguridad ngayon ay binibigay daw hindi lang para to protect Sara Duterte but to protect future Vice President, which is really a stupid na tanong. Unfortunately hindi na nag-follow up question si Senator Amy Marcos. Hindi naman point yung kailangan talaga yung for all we know kung magiging politically mature tayo and we will vote for a matinong Vice President, baka the next Vice President siguro tipo yung personalidad ni Lenny. Baka unang gagawin niya, itanggal niya itong Vice President Security and Protection Group kasi doble gastos na naman ito kasi may gwardiya na siya provided by the Presidential Security Group. So this is total waste of public funds, dagdag sa pasanin ni Juan de la Cruz at saka yung paglagay ng 433 sa office guard sa security personnel sa office of the Vice President, tinatanggal natin yun sa mga streets, tinatanggal natin yun sa mga lugar na dapat ginagwardyahan nila all over the country. Tinatanggal kasi magagaling ito, mga Navy SEALs ito, so mga SWAT ito na magagaling talaga. So we make the people more unsafe by pulling the best of the best na mga police and military personnel away from the streets and away from the combat zones at nilalagay sa office of the Vice President. So medyo kwan ito yung ginamit niya na word inordinate at it also shows na si Amy nagpapakita rin siya na sensitive siya sa mga statement ng tao, sensitive siya sa mga puna natin over the 433 security personnel ni Sara Duterte. So this is the first banggaan. Pareho lang nagpakita na rin ng sample na banggaan si Senator Raffy Tulfo na who is rumored also to be a very strong contender for the 2028 presidential election. So maganda ito, nakikita natin na hindi lang marami pang pwede mag-challenge kay Sara, although between all of them parang wala pa tayong mapipilian na choice. Sara, Raffy Tulfo, and then Amy Marcos, and then Romualdez. Wala na bang iba? Sana meron pa. Pero for now, at least maganda yan. Banggaan sila and they can expose each other. And Raffy Tulfo and Amy Marcos already started the attack kay Sara Duterte. So we'll be watching this political issue happening and unfolding onwards up to 2028. So please subscribe. Tell your friends to subscribe to the Vlogcaster Arman Din YouTube channel para masubaybayan nila itong mga developments na ito. And please share this vlog so people will know about yung mga political developments in the country coming from a professional advisor and consultant on public relations, political campaign, and crisis management issues. Mucho mas gracias and see you in my next vlog.